One day fire nenye.
Fempi.
So who say bubu build boss. And the bubu dear so pa.
Say Niani.
Zutona from afar. Finum body. See body a crab boarding. See body met him 950 cities.
Adam Cokrumson come copy. Quam saying was 15 am damn.
Man Cobano the cafe the one who said it. Zutona from afar na kakrana e haneno. Ne bunning in egu. It is soon the try. But from ano FM the ana from ano sadi. Yes, ready.
Yeah. So why?
Aye.
Of a record of one cat na yes, I say.
And then someone a Democrat no Edia Banina or Hana Poso yede a bro pretty solely. Kuwakata no ha Ghanaian Times or ha Chronicle, the Daily Guide and the rest. And Sembe and Eka and Adopay. Yeva Kuwakata yede Ghanaian Times say Enshas ye who say track opening pa Rat Joseph Etal. Nifuni waha was a $300,000 equipment for Shark Go Swiss.
Wow.
Due to delay in obtaining service of network consultants. 2025 BC takes off nationwide. Economic grows 5.3% in the first quarter. Government statistician. 24-hour economy policy ready July 1. President. Kuwakata Ghanaian Times and some of can be on a say that you run a business or almost say no edan chance wa aban abamane say 24-hour economy no said the endi samanyuku year campaign no or the asemparabo 24-hour economy or senior me adu July some day di kind no mampene pa hontuma na Ghana fo nyina ehunu said the aircraft for way arahosem Commission for Human Rights and Administrative Justice Shark omo na adwumaku a wo mo na itete obi fa ahodie so omo hwe wasem ka omo kotie sisi ne chentenchi adwem ne sa niema no na equipment niema yakoto abra omo so omo de ye adwuma no consultant a wo se de adwuma no also procurement and yenko tender yenko say no acha my equipment ni nyina gu ama ase $300,000 the greenback 300,000 greenback ni nyina ase kwa ontina bi ani e ka say government ye bureaucratic system no emwa say up to now Kumasi Central Market and Akejeti Dubai. Oh, baby, I see you know.
Oh, I got 3 years, boy.
3 years.
Abrusa.
Now we have blue light SCA and round some cofaho. Amount for seen it decade. But Kejeti Dubai, na see bear 4 years ago. Up to now, your man. Kubusa only a report to the koi. Even as he was ragno. If you dear equipment, ya kotabra moi. On be monte ya aye adwuma ni nyina no consultant a ye approve say onko yenti no niam na go se bebre no ano fidie ne bebre no ano when keep you at the right temperature na ade a itimi say ni nyina say kwa minum ye no taxpayers money o $300,000 nye series o asay kwa
ni nyina akọ
yo man ya etimu no say de ye boy bra no yenko
anyway me yafa de toaso no entoaso emfama ma ye toaso ana ye de the Chronicle toaso na Chronicle enim ena yatro say MPIU escaped Babin's wrath after failing to obey Ahiafo's order to leave the house. Na say Osha Honorable Nana Efri Ayu Nimfoni Edaha and the Speaker of Parliament Agban Sumana Babi and also for one first Deputy Speaker and also Honorable Bernard Ahiafo and for the better none of the CM or Parliament now was it or frame Masha come and take you us. I'm ready to go.
And no speaker by
and
kind of new.
Or chess a penny
Yeah, you and him. Also say so present BBA. And so the man leadership. Now leaders minority leader no. Because I say we nipa we be day. Back and
one cast of
want to be sorry cast. I stand more than one fine but I have but speaker can say ubumraso de. Treat him name go and see no more. I go and see no more. General Baben chess or ye or just a penny of you. Penny of you. This is 7 January now. Oh yeah, you know. You didn't about be the speaker bureau. Ora fado fada and run away any chess. Oh yeah, japa. I have an idea for the ana. Was only you toto. I use so much. Ben Rabam by
yes. Or just a penny of you. Tiano Honsem Ewaham. Oko aye the chronicle anyway. FDA to vendors stop selling leftover food.
Hey, I said we now about say.
Stop selling.
Then
leftover foods.
The didn't be car.
No,
my kind of shit.
My venus of number.
I was here. One time.
It's we are there one of the day. Ebi ena FDA for catch more trade and say, "If you are dear Chiswa, Mamma sign me tongue and from my mom for." One or two free now, they are fine. And some. And so we editorial and also the about how to permanently resolve doctors' nurses strike going forward part 2 and part 1 and part 2 abetwaso.
Yemva daily guide ko wakrata no entwaso mehuno Dominic Ayene ni mfuni wa attorney general and afi Kwabena Edubwahe oda ne nche saa na eneskumi enso mfuni wa ha o say Edubwahe trial AG filed 85 documents, 3 western statements. La ila la. Case I filed 85 documents.
85 documents. 3 witness statements.
You try year 4 years basuni ni asem
na say we be din say. Na ba ko mo file me num ne san num.
No nya lawyer o ye good on cross examination how many days on be yes cross examination on this? 85 documents.
Wow. Atacha so akasa o. Azinya duduru ura.
Sana America no.
Duduru ura. Azinya duduru ura. Ketewese. Okay.
Supreme Court vacates Akwatia MP's conviction also
Yakumi.
By a 4-1 majority decision. It over judges na omo transfer no Gabriel Paman and it I sent here. Ononko an or so on the phone yede.
Oh makajina.
For na kenina Henry Tamensa bunsunom ne omo makajina say masa high court no muni to mashe high court judge grass on to me niasa.
Asem no monko ho bi.
Monko was show bias. Yeah. Pregnant people deliver during BEC.
Hey. Afojaka. Na dia si no. Okotro
that no okotro na otewa na otro na ya man so atem
wawo awo yami admo kire be di hu nkomo yie pa be hwe
apa wesa 21 na
omonyem na 17
awo omo nufu ano no oba na makura nufu wie na okache ne maame so okotro BC yaba.
Wow.
Because as the time na Korea from 4.
Okay, that's from 4, yes.
We no move 3 from 3 no. Kolano. Me consent be nam do na get ma kudu say what no. Me funu boss na what no. Afi na mo be wuro ma kotro first.
We kura be dem watro.
Drama in Parliament over nurses strike and also say I can't want some that if I Dr. you afraid and MPOS cases rise to 85. Hey,
kwana ko ni mo
so kwana koso but nyame adom obi anwi nti adota for no ya de omo identifier omo tumi so ano mayen you know yemo baba so pa.
Right, man, for the Ghanaian point na yemfan toaso hanma. Enough of the sabotage. President Mahama has no involvement in KGL NLA partner. Yedikon enkomo ewa ha. Kwa Business Forum to attract international exhibitors in 2026 and also yaka ho ensem enra enso ewa ha. Afi okohonma Gold Board will clean up mess in gold trade. Sami Jemfi ɛna ɔde abɛto dwa sɛ gold board no nneɛma nkɔ so nneɛma bɔ no yɛkɔ so ɛwɔ ɛyɛ sika kɔkɔɔ dwadie no mu no ɔmbɛ mmɔden sɛ ɔmbɛyi fda afiri hɔ ɛno ɛho nsɛm ɛwɔ ha bc commence so in run by okay no so ho nsɛm no Parliament summons Guta spare parts dealers AGI others over refusal to reduce prices despite city appreciation and also enra yɛ ka ho nsɛm ɛwɔ ha
yɛ toa so ana yɛ de national enquirer kura kata ne toa so mahunu hara de so afɔ hwɛ ngomasua so mfoni wɔ ha was a massive rot at years as OSP uncovers widespread fake schools and appointments also na say o ma ye auditing pa o ti bi am wo no mba ho a o enye easy o ma be ye auditing pa serious one
be payroll auditing o ma be ye license so no so be ye ho ansam ti o ma
ye no and o just school book cry exist e did ya shape school wo ha o wa cheche for your non teaching staff for an appointment letters be so ye fake before you who skedi ad unmade ba ko enwo
na bi o
we NDC abai na abeye and no fake appointments ni ade se power no dane a
omuso
ba be who fake ni bisa
the same thing
enti opani bi am ni din ko de okan ne se parties mi no de omoye no oba no obeye obeye no who fake no yom free mu a
no de dey ashim
that's what they do because I wonder how we are they say you use biometric okay we are using biometric to pay people say validate wa unya wa kekia so how can we get fake people fake this thing still in us
of still nipa na ye nti still benye nipa obe manipulate nipa na ti ho
nipa na ehu omoda
omuso de bia omuso na ti ho no omo ye omudi dream na nkasa na omo manipulate na system no
no na make no
ye nyomo
free mu a no no na asa a kire so omo wa ba say na ye no
na so do bi egu
my Ghana
anyway
you hear omo be sacrifice ya train ye ma Ghana enye sa ye bebre
ehefo no
say na ye ka no Bible so Jesus so ope obi obegina tokro no atua tokro no ama no so
when na kugina ho enu asem
why na me nso ma no
when na be kro
2026 Co-Business Forum projects Future International Yedikaka. NIB back on track with a new era. And also Fisheries Minister called for greater transparency. Mike Adenuga meets Mahama. So the Mike Adenuga. In near friends tell couldn't free Nigeria bag.
Glow.
Glow. See and Ra. Ababi Shiaman Penny's Excellency John Dramani for one of the richest in Africa. Mike the CEO. So be names be a
that's what be share
be fufuro be the so business conglomerate to meet me for aba. KGL NLA contract is the best. Why na eka way Okenka Razak Kojopoku doctor also abo a nice story be a ochechi mu ho. Correct and the umono yanko.
Yeah, for the new trust and fan trustwa. New trust say 24-hour economy Tema Takrade pause to operate round the clock soon. We Ayoman Peninsula. Or they are to just say Takrade and Tema ports no on be 24-hour economy no. He said yeah, it just the mood and who ensem elha. YJ 2025 elections full list of qualified candidates who create panima be who more or more kwako contesting at Abama Ghana Journalists Association or more abato no who ensem. KGL NLA contract is the best contract since establishment of NLA in 1958. Former head of PR declares and all yedikan akaho ensem and so ha. Kofi Joe Foundation gives 100,000 Ghana cedis to needy women for surgery. On the Juma Taidia and also paper no app capture ewaha. MPP requires committed grassroots leadership ahead of 2028 elections. Sir John Nawaka Sansemi. Sir Enei, Sir Party Nibetimi Jine Ye Pa, Aseho, Mudi Kai, or Mudi any more no, or more more to watch Yametimi Ayama Party Nakonim and Okaho Ansem.
Yet to us the Business and Financial Times, and to us so. One penny's Excellency John Dramani Mama Mfuni Waha was say Mahama declares July 1 start for 24-hour economy. Yakaho Ansem Edada. economy grows by 5.3% in Q1 2025. And Honorable Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam, former finance minister, said the MPP for year, and non so now economy grow. Over first quarter, no, you don't come and do anything. January, February, March, and then the first quarter. Sabre was new.
I think now says on Yamakura.
It the almost year last year, no, and now may that 5.3. Or say projection here 4 point something. Is it 4.5 or 4.3?
Yeah, 4.5.
5.3 no. Yeah, a reprint effect from 5.7 MPP last year. That is was his explanation.
Yeah,
The also a kind of no. After Republic Bank rolls out city mortgage campaign, oil windfall fails to deliver socio-economic transformation. Why na kasa? I say oil no. It should be not the bono about from a water about from universe. I know also. I buy any budget. Or say better crude be at $70 per barrel. You say a tiaba from India Bassa when you went for.
It's kind of honing the other cottoning in.
So I say, so yeah, now we is cat to say Okotomo,
no be a bechomo.
No be a bechomo. Says can I win for? There's already ye baby.
That's right.
But I say Ghana, all you're not born bar from no, there's a key free mono. Yet me fine. Say probably you want Ghana, no. A bad near who say a free money. The spending is said the paper.
You shouldn't be a food. A friend said the food day. Yes, Aka. And Tina, you shouldn't say the paper. Right. Yeah, for the Daily Banner and Twaswa, a question menu rise to vice president when scrutiny turns into sledge and a siege. All right. And no, a question menu krata wachwa koma omampeni abedi echire. And honsem KGLNLA contract the best agreement since 1958 and also Yerika honsem. MPP requires committed grassroots leadership. National Security Operative Storm CAF.
Yes, human resource director.
I'm sure I'm penno. Yanko yinum free ho. Nti yomakwa could asem. Over into us way.
Yemva daybreak Kuwaka to us UTI scare hits every girls. KGL the Edwasa whips for sack Adenta deputy women organizer and Rabbitino. Oba power we are how the moon seven bow.
Aye.
Won't say honey who says a busiat is a quiet.
Aye.
Would you actually boom to
Obey Bia
and then who see you get young Crawford and then who your mamma Crawford
Julius Debra
Brown Crawford and your I say in your coin dear
and then so but a bit the BH.
Fear, panic at Gap GPHA as wholesale promotion sparks anxiety. Ghana Port and Harbour Authority and also some Ewaha say Humbu Atoso say one more your boy my basono. They say Benufua shall say him say buy Zoom Munina a promote to mo. I'm say there be in go him. S. Johnson a see doing Katia rejecting GPHA board chair position.
Question mark.
Question mark. Press. I said don't get your dinner saying.
Oh, Nancy so because I be you, Nancy and Chibia.
Saka so because I and the usual casa.
Yes, you don't get your name.
You don't get your no.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm out for say when you're happy. But anyway.
See, you back question and sir. General name, you know, in chain. Anyway, Yemfa aye the Supreme newspaper Emfa and Twaswa GGAGG accused NLA of illegal deal with KGL. KGL be bonabaso be can call for urgent reforms and then dissolution and no ewahanum. So I have for no North MP distributes mass sets to students ahead of BCE exams, and also a Professor H. Kwesi Prempe slams third term debates. Okay, someone for Eka said the young company to Abamanka and the tossing press.
Right up on say for MPP current chairman,
former chairman,
Freddie was Milby, and so no problem be say Yabe Yanka Yamaquina. Third term, President Dankwa, he has no problem. Say Supreme Court by interpret say there was a problem in that because this is just as a president to Obama would say 8 years. So inti be say So over 4 years, no one to me in the 8 years. Okoba, to me the 8 years.
Oh, okay. So it borders on interpretation. Where they acquire
second term, it talks about a
second term. Yes.
It is a would first now want to me in the second. Was about be for you that dinosaur
and I say into here interpretation.
Yes, she first one. I say you continuous. That is where the problem is.
I see.
You can't professor because you prepare the constitution be an interpreting. There were so many approaches. So your purposeful approach, your originalist approach, and your textualist approach. The textualist, no, the actual no black and white, no,
the actual no,
and I purposeful no, say but I the trust I did
and listen.
But I know, and no co-interpreting say, as soon as in fear me, no fear me, no twasoa,
and fear nine, twasoa,
and over the castle, so when you know, I
am back on the
and I can see purpose, no, Judge P. or Baba interpret of that purposeful approach, say the purpose is to give you 2 terms at twasoa on an engaging.
Then coming in 1 term 8 years now.
Good. Or say at the end of the year 8 years.
8 years. That's all.
Where the name say, such in China, it was the one by what you say, we go interpreting differently, Biano. Or no, that's what he was saying.
Anyway, my infant was a new committee inaugurated to drive Ghana's next public sector reform strategy, and also our Hanum essay. And a Council of State member returned from Global Summit with renewed focus on local development. As a Council of States for a member, Omoko Global Summit, and a Omobabe say, and a Impuntu. And so everybody has set them.
For the business analyst to us so GJ decision elections ni nako doona endorses why June 4. Okay. Some are print the second term. On Yellow Pay and Honey Pay, BOG wants public against 2 digital payment platforms. Said the diable who the run. Company me in Biaba. Back with the Yellow Pay. Back with the Honey Pay. No, I'm just so. Kuye, Fadia Bra, Lucica Ba, the Ubenya Mood, Bank of Ghana for flag or more. Hey, Ghana,
Crata,
maybe I said a cano, a move back and no. Mahama announces around the clock ports operational 24-hour economy. Public universities, government approves 2024-2025 book and research allowance rates for senior staff. Once yet is almost on the strike. Now, almost strike and say book and research allowance about bitia. But exchange rate bay, hold on, exchange rate bay. What's the exchange rate? Now, a problem because you quote in dollars, $1,500, but $1,600. And almost say about me who exchange rate crap on which you or something say, and the dollar exchange rate near 10.24, 10.28. But a second way you Tiana September, academic year September. It almost September. That dollar no a 15 point something.
You go to us as
the abiso at here.
Anyway,
Abiso calculate or more book and research allowance based on the exchange rate as of September 2024. Now, 15 point something. Jabasa be That's like a bear for cities.
Yasim Kuma. If this $3 biaso, Yasim Kuma.
$1 number for more. So about from getting there. But what go to the in dollars? What's our now so far? It is Oko Hotel or charge in dollars.
I see anyway. Right. I know answer. Right. Me uncle share a video sim ba. Na yakudwa so ne ofabema mnitik na afei yaba ne abedin komo ene ye won komo twetwe kese baako enso ewo yentem ha yebedi enkomo enso ewo ho eho ensem ewo ha nyame yadoma ye ne eye MC edema anase ye ne DC ma hafo no Southwest Honorable Ibrahim Yamba Nelson Isaka ena ebedi nkomo ebedi enkomo nso we DC ma ahafano Southeast district ena ebedi sa enkomo no yakwaba but me yanko na fe yanko here enei omampani His Excellency John Dramani Mahama mra not for ekosra no no de ensem ahodo atudwa odikan eka teachers accommodation ho ensensem yanko nenti omampani ensema oditudwa na yemra.
Welcome you, and then to return. So I'm happy to welcome you, and then to reiterate what Haruna said, that we have passed a directive that every school that is being built at the basic level must come with accompanying accommodation for teachers. And so instead of just building a 6-classroom block, there must be teachers' quarters attached to the classroom block so that the teachers teaching there can have accommodation. But that is one angle of it. The other that we spoke about before the election was that we wanted to collaborate with funds like the Teachers Fund so that governments can also make a counterpart funding and add it to what the teachers have. And then you can have your members apply for housing. We'll sit with you, do the designs together, make them, in Ghana today, when you say affordable housing, it ends up being, more for the wealthy than for the poor. And so I call it low-cost housing. Achampo used to call it low-cost housing, and they built so many of them all across the length and breadth of this country. So if we can make provision in the budget for a fund that would be a counterpart fund to the Teachers Fund, then teachers can apply to own their own homes. And so we would go in and build it for them. And if they have a working life of, say, 15 to 20 years, it is possible to deduct, monthly from their salaries, so that by the time they are ready to go on retirement, they own the house and they don't have to go. They don't have to go and quarrel with their families about whose grandmother's room was this. It was my grandmother who built this room and all that. We believe that they should be able to retire in dignity. And so it's something that the Minister of Education will take up with you so that we design it, and then maybe from beginning of 2026, when we come for your big meeting, we should be able to announce something big for teachers to celebrate about.
We, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and some of our FNA teachers accommodation. Say you'll be obepon ho adwuma na okopa na riska dia share Kwabena ne obeye adwuma be mfie dua sane etiri ekopa se won fa nkofia a na reho na eno ho nsem eno mampani ede atudwam se omo behwe na omode ho adwuma osa kansem ede fa pension review.
With regards to pensions, I'll be
in some okafa ho yenko ti mampani in some okan ede fa pension so ho.
With regards to pensions, I'll be meeting the TUC and organized labor, sometime later. During the May Day, there were issues that were raised still about, even with the restructured pensions, there are all kinds of difficulties that I can see that Nat, you are very happy with how your things are going, but several other unions are not too happy. And so I was saying that we can do a review conference. It's several years since we brought the pension reform. I think it's time for us to do a review and see what is working well and what is not working well so that we can make adjustments and let everybody feel happy about it. And then also issues to do with community and PTA participation in the management of schools. The trend everywhere in the world is to give communities a say in how their schools are run. And that's why I felt very scandalized when PTAs were virtually shoved aside and not allowed to be a part of the running of our schools, especially at the secondary level. And so I believe that PTA participation must be fully restored so that they work with teachers and the administration of the schools to make sure that the schools are run properly and that our children are getting a good outcome in terms of teaching and learning. And so that said, the only other thing I can do is to congratulate you on the acquisition of the Sweden-Ghana Medical Center. Now that we know you own it, we'll collaborate with you and see how we can make it a center of excellence, not only for teachers, but for everybody who needs the care that it offers. Because of our changing lifestyles, non-communicable diseases have become a major problem, and that's why government is trying to bring relief through the Ghana Medical Trust Fund. I believe that the Ghana Medical Trust Fund fits in nicely with the Swedish Ghana Medical Center, and so that people who have cancers and need, some support from the medical center can also have another fund where they're able to cover some of the costs for these expensive treatments. With regard
we ayo mampeni some kan ya defa pension enso ehum me afia ni nchim na afe yenko aye ora Samson ahi wono na ode ato aye Association of Ghana Industries anim ene won ye business se ene city na stabilize na ban ebe modern se obehwe ma ne manyina enso etimi akwa goods and services ombekoswa master studio etimi gina die gina na aboa emedwedie ehun sensem ne prices so etimi aba form yenti nsema opani edituja
the current crop of Guta leaders. Over Kaya, where was soon you statement said, members no entertain them out. But what it in them also, and yet one day, and yet gradually. So I just want to assure them. I'm more fierce back on the say, cities now, and young one, and this. But we are giving them assurance and say, the better the meeting we are seeing, there will be stability in the gates. I see the Basana, no more also up to them. So this was also, and see, more part of some way, a basso part of the way. The current group of Guta leaders.
We a ora Samson ahi in sama or the atuja or affair me in trim our Parliament House. And nano and a BC say a honorable Nana Efri Ayu on the first deputy speaker omo a cadet nanka ene a year to emamento na enra and a speaker ankasa ebaye na ene or the abetuja say and CC and a womb say ora and as honorable a free Nana Efri one yen in ye nemum on refer no enko a year privileges committee yentien sema speaker at the etuja we a majority leader kasai and a minority leader so ekazaba yentien speaker kane and sana the akano ya the atwaso amamo
around the honorable member for Efiduase Asukore, thereby obstructing the enforcement of the speaker's directive, including a lady, honorable lady. This was followed by scenes of heated confrontation, including the hurling of unprintable and offensive language toward the chair as the first deputy speaker exited the chamber after the House had adjourned. In fact, when I saw the honorable lady, I sympathized with her because, anytime the honorable ladies are getting close to the speaker, there's always an allegation that that's the speaker's girlfriend. We don't have girls in this house. I even prefer you say speaker's woman friend, not girlfriends. How many girlfriends can speaker take at this age? The speaker is very grateful to the Almighty God for the blessings. If not at this age, I would have been among the category by your general terms, look no do around the.
We a speaker Babin and some of the etugram. Mianko the majority leader.
Even when even when my backbench or my colleagues are trying to do something, I know I will have to defend them. So I'm quickly glancing through the rules. Sometimes when you see me looking at my phone, I have made an electronic copy of it, and so I'm busy looking at it to make sure that if somebody is faltering, I can check them and draw their attention that, no, that's not what the rules say. I think the problem is that we are not investing in the rules. If we invest in the rules, many of the issues that we are confronted with in this chamber will not arise. It will not arise. People will know when and how and under what circumstances a statement should be made, no matter how urgent. So my only plea is that let's invest in the rules. It is not about how loud you can shout. It's not about the size of your muscles. It is not. It's not how big your chest can be. It is not. Somebody says I should add breast, but I won't add breast. It is basically what the rules say that you can do or not do in this chamber. Even
we the majority leader, and also somebody to drive. I feel young the minority leader, and also at the assembly be at twice. So yentie, and also a foot ya or the ebayano.
Problems of this house is a continuous process. Moving to resolve problems of this house is a continuous process. And without belaboring the point, I reiterate to you my assurances at conclave that we will assist the chair, particularly now that you are so overwhelmed with some other administrative duties and other commitments that your two deputies would be with us most of the time. We believe that we will extend that courtesy to them. They are the first among their equals, our primus. Though they are members of this house, their position is guaranteed by the Constitution. So we agree that we need to accord them that courtesy. Mr. Speaker, I conclude by reiterating your call on us to have patience. I would add tolerance. We are here as a family, moving to.
We Alexander Afenyo Markens, the minority leader, on also Sama or the Etuja. Menka messages in the Kakra Nafi Yanko Jasomra. DJ Opai the more Kumasi Swami. So the president and NDC government have deceived Ghanaians in the first in history. Ghanaians voted for NDC government to fix the country, but not to use power to serve their selfish interest. Ono edia odi ebrene anope and no ibo boatin won nyrebehi say father's blessings are celebrated. Okay, yemfenusio say member of the MPP media patriot, the nurses should suspend their strike because patients are dying day in day out. Enough is enough. And also the odi ebrene anope no. We say building teachers' quarters in villages with schools buildings by the NDC government is a plus to Ghana Education Service as a whole. Let us try and support the risk setter and build Ghana, the Ghana we want. Sir Kabis, new Edibiasi Zongu, a dear Enonom. I'm King Dave, or if you just say, none of the MPs from the mighty minority fear the intimidation from the speaker, first deputy speaker, or whosoever. Nana Ayu Free isn't a coward. Sometimes I don't blame these NDC people. I blame the MPP on how they conducted themselves prior to their elections. Okay. Can Dave dear and on teacher Kuju Watepa in a susu. And also say if the government is ready to solve this strike matter, it should call the leadership of the GRNMA to the negotiation table to resolve this problem amicably. The government should also advise its health minister to refrain from using provocative language towards the nurses. I think if the government adheres to this advice, the nurses will come back to work. We need them because life is precious. Or no, and so the Odebre boy Medina Nano pay. And Masawood Kumasi Bant Masa is painful how government workers are treated in Ghana. People who wake up early, work hard, and keep the country running are barely surviving. Meanwhile, government appointees are driving land cruisers, enjoying free fuel and endless allowances. Nurses deserve better. Regards to Chairman Odinho Kweku Apia. Right, teacher constitution what we must say. Also, the NDC government's priorities are questionable. While they manage to provide sanitary pads for students, they are seemingly unable to address nurses' welfare concerns. It's ironical that those protecting lives are being neglected. And also, wafa anoche enso ede ne de aba ene anope. Okay, my friend Nusi Hono, many birthday wish. Kodi, please, my advice to the government is that if they stay unconcerned and people, they become, because of nurses, people will vote against them because they value economy past human beings. If all of them are collecting some sort of allowances, including their spectacles, why not the nurses from Prince? And all the way Abraham and Anope. Lawrence Bachi, A.K. Buchi was Asonia Asorin Kwanta of Ben Unity Oil Filling Stations. If the whole Deputy Speaker of Parliament threatens to sack a duly elected Member of Parliament in the shape of Honorable Dr. Friye, who has the mandate to ensure the well-being of his constituents just because he wants to speak the truth to the conscience of power to ensure our hardworking nurses and midwives return to work, signals the unpreparedness of government to address the concerns of the nurses and midwives. If this posture of government persists, then Ghanaians must prepare to record more deaths. The Ghanaian nurse and midwife deserves better. Happy Father's Day in advance to my father, Pastor Paul Boachian. All right. Eric Wedi, patriotic voice will be chim. Say, calling retired nurses and midwives back to work during a strike is the highest insult to our profession. It clearly shows that government knows how poor the retired nurses are. Nurses are striking for fair treatment and better working conditions, not to be replaced by the vulnerable. And also, the Odi Abrene and a pain. Musa Bato was or say, let's set the record straight. MPP are making this disingenuous argument with the Sadinam Tamaklo issue and trying to use it to equalize that with Ken Oferate's fugitive status. Sadinam had fully submitted herself to investigations and consistently appeared in court throughout the process. That's a far cry from Ken Oferiata, who has been invading accountability from the onset. Trying to lump both cases together is nothing more than political propaganda aimed at creating false narratives. And also, the Ode Abreng and Anope and so and check. Yabeko Jaso. Na said them the kind Eddie Etugano. Kennedy a Japan. Eka and some ewo mampong. Wamra. Ye for Asante Mampong Ohine Onana Wenya Ekra Anasoko Ekrano na enumu sem ena koye both tribal and then religious comments. Yeah, it doesn't sit well with them. And here Mika say Alaji Mahmoud Baumia camp Eddie reply Eddie, but I just want to hit some of them keke. Na ya twaso na de omo echane se ene Kennedy entimi ni partner because omwade we almost sama omokam. So Kennedy cannot lead a party because he disrespects Baumia's camp fires back. We and some of our domdi etibin to say Kennedy Japan I describe it and MPP members as sebi omo ye fools. Na he questioned why poor people in the party should speak, and now he wants to be leader in the same of the same people he insults. How does that make sense? We a questioner. Omo ebusano ebi. Omo to us say, was it because of religion that over 50 Christian MPP parliamentary candidates, some of them pastors, lost their seats? Was it religion that led to Kufuor's loss in 1996 or Kufuor's defeat in 2008 and 2012? The claim is absurd. And no reply ni bia. Wamo ede aban. Omo saying ede to just say, if the party didn't want a Muslim leader, how did Baumia beat 9 Christian aspirants in the first round and 5 in the final primary? Or are MPP delegates suddenly all Muslims? We answer a question. Ombusa. Almost saying etwaso say Kennedy Eddie Ebetugram say ene yama obi a second chance Emma no enko na history. And my history, of course, of work for Ebano. Second chance of Nyan say when Yam Redo no Alpha Anya campaign. 1996. No, say a force. Na Kufuor a year no say flag bearer in April 1996. No, unya 8 clear months. Ya dear campaign. Senkana campaign no esha enka ebia ne sha no man second chance. What about Edubwa here? Or no enya just 2 months to campaign in 1992. We are some of the assertion on the buy. And I almost saying edit to just say name Kennedy Japan contradicting home say and they accuse and as you argue say first or say party no elusi because say Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia a Muslim and afi wasaka say party no elusi because na Nekufuado appointment na oye no wa ma party faithfuls no do na say hwan de he na Kennedy Japan woka ehun asem and so the chatro ya omo edit to dwan say enei koto Kennedy Japan sorry na o kase party no enkambom na enkabom kwa na betimi akono si sa enkabom we sei na Kennedy ebekoso na de atro ene ne eke ka ho sabi atemdidie ene bekode a enya de say you can't call people fools, silence the poor and then turn around to preach unity. If this is who Kennedy Japan really is, then Mampon exposed more than just a speech, revealed a troubling mindset. We and Sema Kennedy and I say Bawumia ne camp no and so the ebaye no ebi and so no right enti eno eho ansem eno no right we reply na womo ede ebaye no ebi no wafa
okay
ha
almost as my catch and almost the reply we buy no also be kasai iti Kennedy Japan crofon so be reply say omo hwe kofo wife about Teresa and the wife omo anti da say MPP flag bearer politics na na ire so abetra ho anso na no ye dey edam bi because omo igrumu omo fie say wife eti oma we ya
almost say party no
that's the issue me catch say me say dey we no some omo de ye omo fi no eno na openness be dey
omo gina so yeah
so kai say 2024 I say NDC for omo campaign e baako na omo de Dr. Bawumia beto teachers are suffering, nurses are suffering, doctors are suffering, power are suffering, everybody is suffering. Yeah, oh, they are some bad. Oh, one was
yes.
It never we are more to brom from Kennedy come to Bawumia come, from Bawumia come to Kennedy come. Come here, omo de nanado picture, Brian Champon picture, and why cry account Brian Champon. Na do penny 44 I don't know picture at all say omunyina abandoned Bawumia.
When it is coming is doing eba na eyo
eti di omo aye omo ho no
yeah
omo we bedu 2028 no na party ni candidate
anyway
they should be careful because internal election dey but say ya said omo asase just 5 months or 6 months into NDC administration there
omo hwe ni They should call them to order. The party leaders should call them into order.
MPPC Jakufo or no nanka.
But executives in way. What are they?
Executive.
Well, friend Stephen Tim no money or
executive man for say into or more anya adwuma.
Anyway,
otie Jombodu. Jombodu is Kennedy Japan cambo ni bia. E ade wo party no mu dada no e dey. Oka. On say the ade na esi.
Anyway, interesting times ahead. But for engo jasomra.
Yo, you hear me? It was for me that me count Bank of Ghana soka. Bank of Ghana for soka. Said the kuwaka te dia ba honey pay ni yellow pay no. Bank of Ghana say the babo for na bem. Almost so many social media platforms. Everybody will say over sika beto. Wo de say to a but so many calculate ya ma. He said how much say we ya no win na about phone so. So in the Nada, my for no Bank of Ghana say a bank and a deposit taking institution biano. On the moment to me crack among the edge, and then so Nasu Otis will be advert. Our radio, social media, TV so this Kakoto Sabina say we won't send the Pacron or lines or the SA Jumano. No more bonds and trade my radio, TV, online media portal singing alcohol say, yes, any pan by I'll buy advertisement, move pisk into my day. Magic. More the anya humu you know see among the valid lines with him the say adwuma said the be with my na omu enkrofo say you bibi ho achinye say adwuma be si bia for sika beto and I itimi bo bosia yin na wonte ase ya and the Bank of Ghana some financial stability department for nin komo omo supply na 0593 974486 0593 974486 or email address in complaints.office@bog.gov.gh complaints.office@bog.gov.gh and our office here one crying 4th floor urban block the band square omo masote ombe verify ma se company na oni ni deal no onfa onsa enhyeboase.
Right, me fan to just say Miss College 2025 final 12 no said ye yi omo nyame adma me de wo ye ni mi ene ye kope hwan ene be Miss College 2025 na omo ni arabaka hona na adwoa ani ohema Christine Redua Kabwepe Frimpoma Hannah Tesha Afiba na Elsie wamo enipa dumienu a ene ye yomo na nyame yadoma grand finale no basom ewo aye CCB Auditorium Ken University na ya sign afana live ewo Kessben television na obenya nipa bi de se Efia Nocturnal Frank Naro Afro Band na fe wonka ho bebre ene be perform enso ewo ase nipa dumienu ya omo eginan se obese oto abama mu bia dial star 920 star 992 hash star 920 star 992 hash na afi network bia so anaso betimi akọ either say Apple say app na Google Play Store so anase Apple App Store no so na wakọ download Miss College Ghana Reality app no na wetimi enso wetimi atoaba e de amomo hwan e na pese owini car ha na se obenya cash anase crown no nensa ebeka ni nyana se o se o dial star 920 star 992 hash na wavotu ediama nipa 12 no emu bia pese votu man bia
Saran so ena bede eto anim se GCB banks ka krabia no o se yemfa ento anim so bia wo ye shareholder no tinka boye pa wo ye shareholder marama kwan se de usika ojetra de akose bank we de ye adwuma bia de ye bia no hunu annual general meeting, extraordinary general meeting, financial statement, audited account, ni nyina no also nye bie. But obi wo ho a na details a wo de ma GCB banks kakra bia obra akoto shares no asesa e bia phone number asesa email address to om contact wa enye ye eno GCB banks we shareholder bowra GCB banks kakra be bia be wo na ko update information nya correct phone number current phone number eno email address o matimi ni wedding kita home and our website www.gcbbank.com.gh and I say shareholders portal epay.gcbltd.com colon 98/shareholders portal okoswa no update information say ya GCB bank for the omoye bia no we shareholder te also uhunu bie and I say register our share no on the SCSD so a contact broker cro ya or yes adwan ma wo na emwa sebe ya de ekoso bia no nso be hunu bie GCB your bank for life.
Me have to anim say yade be na ha watete wa ema onya be wasomdwe ase waje waboso a chese untimi nye bibia o time nyina wafa se sa yade no eho na dwani achimo Grace Gift Herbal Clinic and Laboratory Services na yenko sa yade no emfa mam enei say stroke and how diabetes, hypertension, hepatitis A, B, C and E, typhoid fever, malaria, ulcer, and fibroid, skin infections, prostate cancer, and enlargement, and shrinking penis, and exclusive vaginal steaming for man, infertility, and sexual weakness, and all sexual transmitted diseases. Ninano, yedi ehu ejuma da ne batwa kyese emubuye ne esiche yade ne mojamroso ene typhoid fever no mo ene enhonanim sansa prostate na ye kese anase sebe obema no fone ya no wo fone wo ba no so sebe hon koyie upobi a oye obi a ope awo anase waye mre ewo mpem anase yare mu enam yade ene hawa for ni chim ewo Grace Gifts Herbal Clinic and Laboratory Services na yemwa ye Kumase Ohwim School Junction ewo barekese ekwan ne so nkran New Achimota Petroleum Bungalow ye Family Life International School no na die nim hwe friend 0246 518003 0246 518003 and 0244 126123 0244 126123 eya adwuma free adwada kwesiada anopa no nson kopense no num ebebo na yato yapunu mu
Ave Pan African Mining Services Limited edwumakuo bi omwaba na omo ese asumo gudi ho adwuma no ye Pan African Mining Services Limited kan ye fen Kumasu omo ese omo fa adwumayefo na eye nipa unim mfidi omo de adwuma no heavy duty mechanics ubia heavy duty eye payloader excavator hwan ni nyina no wonim ho adwuma sɛ ya obetumi ayɛ ho adwuma auto electricians nso ɔmo yɛ car electrical aspect no wɔn nso na supervisors bɛhwɛ ma adwumayɛfo no bi ayɛ n'adwuma no sɛ nipa no wɔ fam nti adwuma ho asɛm nie tinie na ahwɛ ɔmo kyerɛ kwan also yɛ bi a wayɛ adwuma nipa anya mfie nson 7 years experience with a mine heavy duty equipment fidie de mine no cars akɛse no nim ho adwuma yɛ yes sɛ ya otumi ɛyɛ na wo bi a wɔne gye ho a bɔmɔde afa o CV ɛfa email address so email tinie pa ɛnyɛ phone number wo frɛ email address ɛna o CV no wɔde ɛfa so hr.ghana@panafricangroup.com hr.ghana@panafricangroup.com announce fa o CV no bra Kessben FM front desk o de ba na obi bi account o don't mean send email na tro CV application letter for CV ka ho kama fashion envelope na fa bra front desk of Kessben Media o de bedru ha omo ensa ebeka
ma mfa nto anim sɛ ɛne ma wo dam nyɛ krabɛhwɛ ha branti ababa wo papo ɛyɛ maame o ma wo dam wakora so wura hɔ no ma watum sɛ yes wokɔ abɔnten kora na apɛntɛm akɔfi because wo dam afɛ brutal ne nyina no sɛ wonya ɛyɛ ash foam products ɛna wode agu hɔ sɛ ɛyɛ couches ne sofas ɛne dining sets ne dresses anaasɛ wide range of beds ɛna mattresses anaasɛ center tables ahodoɔ ne nyinaa fo ne ɛkyɛm ɛwɔ ash foam yɛ showrooms ahodoɔ a etwa ho ahyia ewo Kumasi ene ne Mpotem Kumasi mo ye obi ohonom Santase Tafo Ahojo SG Mo main office no eye friend no Melody showroom no ewo Kase ana Ashform depo bi ebe obi ano kwa o security si memro na me ba be gye niam akogumi dem ma me dem aye fe yesabe ebesa ma aye discount to about the tune of about 30% umpe we opeden me carry am so wafa o ka wo kodadadada ko showrooms no nyina bia na afi koji products bi kogu honum na odemo enso enye kra behwe na eho ensem enso no opremu enhiremu abetimi afre 0542697487 0542697487 ana 0556579214 0556 579214 na yanyoso na yasi mmom kokko still bonfo no monkoyo said ye momani abre na mo no so pekwan bia so pese obuwo ntimoni enna ho
Ni what Scientific Herbal Hospital Dr. Nimo the womb and penis repairer said the dye kana or say award ye or te kra say awon hu ade a esi ho kwan a obetimi aboa ma awarefo enya bane bi oba ovariances and fibrosis akwan na eda oyem obeyi afri obema no so bi a na honkwamwa no esua honsuo no agene nti unim udi ede bia ututu no nanso nkuma bua bia tefre kra etimi nkuno omode abra na wo hwese de honsuo no te doctor fo kire se awo no ma efa 50% ifro ba no 50% ifri be ma no kane no ba ware no nwa na ye nkuma afo ne se no masa ese bia na ye be ma no ndiga so ba no nko ankwa ya sabia umienu nyina mo nko ne be ma bia ho wode wo fom okini osab o liba obrebo wakoma yade ne hawa ntisewa e mogemu asiade diabetes no mpe ne tutuwo typhoid fever na stroke ka wode shibia to dem a fa no ko ni what Scientific Hospital ifidie ho ntemu ho de be ye adwuma no hunu yade na wode edro enso akanwo prostate ama mema bebre so yonso mbre nyina osa kuma so atonso manako junction wone adanse rural bank di nhwe mu enkran omo mile 7 Janet Konechiro ope wone chere Tanta Hill kwana soro emiemienu nya oye adwuma fi dwada kopɛ memenda anopa no so ne fa kopɛ nyimere no sia ene won kasa 0244 087 687 0244 087 687 na fe 0279 087 687 so
me afre ento anim se enei se yade ebowa eya in fact yade bebo anadwo pa na afi obi ani wo nkyɛn na ohuni a won frɛ no na onka wasam enkyerɛ no hwan kora ne kwakwato adurama hwan na de obɛkɔ asipiti ne akwakɔhwɛw ɛno nti MTN fo adwen ho ɛde ɛyɛ dwumadi bi aba yɛ frɛ sɛ MK anase Met Farm ena omo adiaba na your packages mienu your silver and gold packages e honum ni nyina ne se oni MTN for ben share na fe bosumi bia wetua either se 10 cedis anase wetua 161 Ghana cedis na wetumi access doctor anytime anywhere ena otumi asenya efficient e-pharmacy ya name medication you be deliver right at your doorsteps na dwene ho we ene se we eyade abeboa ama odwumadi anase abrabo no timi akoso na yɛka ne sei nyinaa nso ɛsan ɛba with a health insurance hospitalization anase death cry na bɛba ebetimi aboa depend on the health insurance no any package a uyiye no na wompe we opede he bo modern na fei ko MTN app no na ko download do Medfarm app no na sign up to the silver and as a gold package in ne mmoa ma wayarehwe no enso enko nanim.
Balm of Gilead Alternative Clinic SCM fan told him say when Ghana Police Service na prison service and afi Kessben Media ka bom se me yadomo a kwese da be Father's Day na sana kwese no be duru no memenda sana ejano ade be chiam bi di mu da no mmra na onye free health screening emamo eje bia mra Asante Regional Police Sector police faso e Kumasi Asante Mantemu na omobe screening me man weni eye screening prostate e ma me man bi ntimenyo so ne de catheter koto mbe mem o cholesterol wo soro ya de mpa hoda o kidney sabo liver na afi sugar level we nyina na ombeye na ombesase no pa no nwotwe kopim se ombehwe nipa utwa tokra Ghana Police Service police faso e Kumasi ho energy de bekoso no mu wie memenda na kwase da 15th of June Father's Day no omay health symposium bedwem ofuto ne nkasakire ya omesa ma abasobode wo PIWC new tafo ne ho na gyanom bia omaka kamani hunu adwuma pa wa ye no bobomba so no so wie de beba so awia no miensa pepepe kai se wonso obeba dwede asibi
Kessben traveling tour say enei utu kwan na fe wako aya manane ana bebia befa odi wimhye na be konkon ade ho dadwene no fa be down no momwa na afe yenye ho hyehyɛ ma wo enti ho penten kwa odi fa be giant ye be hye bibia ma because yen yagye dini yabo abodini enso ewo ya kwantu ne ho hyehyɛ mu say ya futu na ope ana say ticket ho na pese reserve ma wo travel consultancy ana say hotel na pese reserve ma wo schedules ne kwa flight no sen na etie they plane ben e to da ben they na e to time ben they na be ko direct they na be transit din nyina no fa ho enhyehyɛ no be dan na ye nhyehyɛ emfama na de tumda na obewie na obeba na yewie na ye de wade ahye wonsem na de twetwemu ye de abeka ho kran se nei wa ye nhyehyɛ nyina wie akaska de betwa ticket na de akɔ ho ye de ama ye betwa bia ma ye nhyehyɛ no wadi so pepepa obekɔ akodi udwuma no waba ohaw bia emrem hwe Kessben traveling tour ewo Asida House first floor Edum Kumasi and free one was 0209 434999 0209 434999 na yenyo so
Saranso na Kessben University College so na free uguso ye admission ma mo be senior high school no so person akoye degree there Kessben University College so called Ghana Tertiary Education Commission GTech ajomatum ya ma mo accreditation se dem aka no yes ofiti ya na obi esuapon uni accreditation o mo bi certificate o de ko ba bia enimu so ate say ebinom certificate ho e ba nsam e wo Ghana ha nte o mpene no a bomode ya so bata na school ni obekọ Kessben University College na certificate obenya no Africa University na eba eche say ya ma mo accreditation do ma affiliate K University Suapon no course some ye Bachelor of Business Administration or me accounting option human resource management banking and finance and afi marketing or say BSc Information Communication Technology Computer Science and Entrepreneurship BA Media and Communication Studies print and broadcast journalism public relations and advertising or ye BSc Nursing Midwifery Logistics Procurement and Supply Chain Management course we break home per admission form no be eto uba Kessben Media Kumasi Edum Asida House bi ha okwa enkran Kessben Twin Towers abosen okwa American Circle bi ho afi Kumasi City Campus of Kessben University College no eno ne abosen ne Asida House ye ehwanimu aduma ye afi multi credit savings solution kwabata bi a Asida Ghana mba bia no okwa onsabeka bi ne mun kai se wo 6 credit passes 3 core service English maths and science and after 3 elective sciences well yeah mature student when you fear the numa utimi ba or main campus so continent Lake Road anyone kasa was 0501 637383 0501 637383 0264 170475
right na chese dwaso ensem enon mama honorable Ibrahim Yamba Nelson Isaka Akwaba near DC Mahafano South East District. Honorable, good morning.
Good morning.
Now who you there?
Yamya do me here for.
Yamya sepa. Ofa. Honorable Banti be din komo. Me din komo mra. na yɛnhwɛ ho nsɛm wɔ message a mesrɛ hafano south east for mo send message mra na mo no abo na si ha no na yɛne ne edi nkɔmɔ ɔno abo me hyɛ se mfamfiri aban mu ansa yaba mpesua so say mampani His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Aba ya obedi oman so yesi abebiu mamintio general comments about the presidency governance of His Excellency and Sana ya devu deeper into wo empeso anase baby a one district no yedi ho enkomo
yo menu ameda asepa dika madam asese mama msa akwanya na me fa akwanya so nchia ya regional minister na me me ye constituency secretary na me boss no
oh okay
na me ne ya adwuma ne masa na be shia isa ya adwuma bi na ma chia me regional chairman ne bachamfo constituency chairman na nanom a ne ayemfo a omo mpɛso aso nyinaa me mamu nyinaa kye megidi ye sɛ ye bae no be busumi be enum eni a yewura ensiem no megidi ye sɛ Ghana for dodo na ani aso yewura ababiu John Dramani Mahama
Ghana for ni aso
papa
okay
because I hwɛ sɛ na o man si ekɔ e free 2017 kotel say be take over na then emergency mkra say Ghana ni bia sabe preduasa o kanokre emu say na nyama say kra yemfa petrol nko anye test case
okay
na yenhwe eduruma bia nyina say yusuka edurube 70 cedis per liter ene ba bi ho kra 10 cedis be 50 pesos na ka ho e bi 11 e bi 12 into the yemfa na say 12 cedis kra per liter na now compare that na utumi say honko ano o mampani ayeden abon homore and I hear first 120 days in the promises na we are central for munim say papa no o deliver enti ye papa no de oba say oba beboa Ghana for na service amamu nye agudie it's not a joke, it's a very serious business enti ye papa John Dramani Mahama o mini business enti we hwe na point say odo enyina abaso a wa share say baby a wo bia no make sure say so be ye hoyi enti meka say 5 months ya 6 months there ya boy ho
modern mo beka say petrol yi tia na yetiso adwaman so na mo de bom ho safo hene ene nka ya nteso bia nka mar medu sei ya beka dollar no ho asem e be see a trade war between America and China for and a host of others but eno na mugina so a mo de ebom
minia so bi suta so na wet market na yetiso ana ne yeti o manwa 7 ne enti ba bia o asantima ya na yeti enkra na yeti enti eko so enti what has changed if you say hihye papa aban no e dia den
this 5 months when ka say dia be important na moya ama the stabilization of the city ne petrol ya ayeti so dia important eno be ka say ye ne yebu samwa de na mbeka se moya amasa ne mo nyina abaso
ne ka mismanagement obi esika 7 that time no the way na esi di esika say basa but enne no o man pedi e the prudent measures are there ada atoso enti ya cut down cost enti say that time na do kwa kufu time na ba bi ho da dey timidi 10,000 and e be just 1,000 Ghana cedis and he spend the night abaso we good bond minu ya sabi dem fi dado no sisi ama enya control ewo e friends e good no eden eso that time no me betuma transfer ma smog ma fa bi na me call you ma so ma kwa eden ma ko to ma de wa ma no ne by ne no very short time I establishes a good bond no wo hwe ya say enya almost over $2.5 million profit ni nyina aka ho na tuma eden stabilize your sense e cedi ni sorry dollar no and I think say ye kwa anim no nyama bibirus be den ebesasa
this notwithstanding yes untumi nya na o nipa there are certain things he may not have gotten it right a big car a judgment no friend saying appointees former appointees and na amban dada no ho de omugina koto be yi omunyina kwa nei aso de ne esi omo amukọ no so bom na opese ode omu egina mranim
nya kwabena savi uti yi uni boni na usi form na usi police ni
abuja me fa no ho kra mechia no
o bechia no and na appointees no so papa you appointment bebrebe me kan pre-administration no apart be reading a course on few ngwe na yemu say ade tire bia dipa mienu miense bi na bia ye so mu e che say bia mo wo no dwirim bi ye den e koso enti ano de sebe e yamanyo sebe ne ye dede na sebe nipa bi be den e be ye yentu ye ni si obi so o mampani sebe dwumadi aga na for de ahye nsa no eno na osori a de bia na adwene wo so be den obeye no aboa ma kekere oman enti sebe o ye ba so ye hyebo se obi bia ofa kwambone so edi o man awu no ye be be famra kwa so enti visa ye dwuma na ye den ene ye nyese atu ye ni ye den asiso but there are more to come because umdoso hwemu ye den e koso enti obi bia e be hu se from so bi won ho no edi be se be ye mfa tu nkosi ni so e ye mranim Ghana ye de mra na ye den e ye adwuma enti ko court na court hwe won se no se bibia e finkima wa kofi akodi fufu ne mu asem ho dia na waka ho eno so e ma ye ni a ye so enya akwanya wa ban mi no eso e adesuande kase e de mai se ye so ba bia ye obi ya no
be ya hwe
yi ni aye adwuma yi se de ye bi ko e bi bai no eso mri ye ti e be ko na ye papa do ndramani mama ye nim se wo a wanya appointment bia no want to do unyama yi a papa no mfa ho nche because we say eno de one of his street Ghana for the back kind because be asida obi kura ka say be kura the politics kura dey say binya $1 million ya my day majai that day na yi na di e say John Dramani mama no sebe producer onye obi a odi tumi mana na o yese we ye me ba we ye me wo fast dabi o titi Ghana for nyina ikore nti say me and ma anya me nyam ya mbi say emra bedimi
right man say the next year national term what do you expect him to do for Ghana become company then I expect so be Ghana for
well based on our manifesto now editu jano say nyama de doso nti kai say other regions say na 10 regions and ya benya 16 and the promises say be ma obia regional hospital I think say very very important because your health no e adia ehu hia pa di me hwe say o mampani be den betimi aye and then na ya hwe tertiary education so universities no because enkura na dos pa the other regions bia omuso nye den enibi me hwe say o mampani be den betimi aye na afi ye ba job creation eno ni adia me fi say see e school no ani enya adwuma na mrantie na anakwasemi ni unemployment rate no also because me kwatra akunya so be 3 weeks no
wa hunu bi
nipa aba me ho chief ye padwuma chief ye padwuma na enti e ho ya ade a me gidi say o mampani ani so eden ye be strength o man ani nye den enko ho but I believe say obetimi aye do onye nyina na betimi aye akrachi dwuma enti ye de ani so be hwe ba beti say various agriculture aye no na promises say farming centers na ye be ye no various district no say they bet me aboa akuyafo no ye hokra ahase because last week felaza no abe buso ama me anam ko gina mampani na ma ya distributed am farmers no o mani agi nti I think say yes ye be boa ma and finally
o video na enegu ho no
okay that's
and na mo chan
na egu ho no nti
ye ba constituency ya be din komo yi
okay
but ye be free national ya ba
nti na ya hwe bisu ti say yakwan because yakwan do na eje die ya e free 2016 no minua menka se na ado wa ma me yehwe dabi but wo hwe adwuma na yakwan no wa ntmanya dodo enti ya be adwuma wura aba ye be sere se hoso no yemyere na hwe big push na mfi se sika twiti dia di wura ho na omampeni he's committed to deliver and yakwa me expected by 4 years no yentimi nwie ni nyina na mum na yakoye said be ya Ghana for so ye ho beto ye because ya mbusa mo say whom is cast near the banner e be 10 years by he come by ba 6 months no
tom no kura
na aye bibi o nti me gidi say omampeni na ni wo ha me expect say e di ani so be den e be ko yi
o kasa no ka hospitals mo asem one thing me musa because oye mayoni one thing with the politicians say so bi share adwumase a aya na den so beto aso e bi si previous government no e-blocks ba beto aso wie na kanwuram agenda 111 e ba beto aso ye nto aso eno so ya kanwuram. What is your take on that one?
I know dear me say o man sika na ban bia ba ye de odi mpuntunyuma nti Ghana fo sika nti say yi blog no a udi adanse Ghana fo di adanse say mampani John Dramani mama ye na ye good initiative a ye kwa aban bi bejae no ya ba mi giri say mampani nyesa na waka na yese waka just for the no na ye den eka wo hwe common founder omo release for 2025 first quarter na omo stating room say abandoned projects no omo de percentage bia den ato a emphasize kan nyina anko ye den enko toa projects ya ban ye ya oja ho nti me da se obusa me no mampani so ani wo ho nti ye ba be hyase na projects aka nyina no ya to aso ne aye
agenda 111 no de be kanwuram because ye nti ho nsem bia
enkawuram agenda 111 enkawuram me de na wo this assembly no akra pe
okay
makoho last week omo ba ma yeko monitoring so contractor 90 miamba so makache me engineer say omo ne ni esa so no omra ye kwanya be I think say enkawuram because me ogide say aban be dey obeye because ye ya your manager pade na e say dey be ya manfo so wenya apomdin enti ye wura John Dramani mama minua oba be bo adwuma papa.
Fight against Galamsey. Okay. How will you rate the government now abayan wabaso yi ube rate ni saying be man be percentage saying
me ma percentage but ya boy humodi because so here on mampeni make it clear say Galamsey die 77 brothers yensu so Ghana eno che say NDC government ya against mining nemu be say obia fa kwan papa so now your mining ya eno ni problem but Galamsey die yensu so because we share a minister of lands Urabai, Jumadia Wedi. Minister Mujibi or Motivis Mine, call rounds, teach a month for excavators in Yadia, the season, making sure say, ye forest now month will be rare moon, and they have month for say, a month for go soon, and cry say, almost sorry, almost say, ye quiet Yadia, dinner. You say, you were 3 days ago, can say John Dramani Mama, say about 6 forest reserves. Yetimi ayede agent back che say you're saying yeah boy humode nti monso munya dey mon taachi na Ghana fo nyina taachi na omo mu chechire omo dibone no ma ye shire do omo because obi ye bone na o de amanyo se mbe wura mu pe ebe ma dwumadi na ayede na ayede but ye hu se me Ibrahim ya made a me ye nye na ja pia ka bi na me Kwabena wo ka bi mara ye ka bi a ebe hu be den ebe bom we share for a guys here, a friend is saying, Minister, lands and natural resource. Where power say almost M1, I or the same amount here, almost when she said the bear, Obi baby no Dibonia, you bit me at here, Monaso, not quickly, no, you take prompt action. Me, my percentage there, but wouldn't say, you buy no.
Me busa we because a man for accuse him say, my ban no mabe yi MPP for nefri ena muma tiesim na mudini dike
eno krebia nim
no krenim
me Galamsey me nyebida ena me bae so me nya Galamsey se me NDC ni enti o ka se hwan na ya pam no ena hwan na ya yi no nti ko ka na o maka se obia na bia nipa we ABC no me MPP fo ena o me ya Galamsey ena na ya bae yi na ya kofa we ni we ya da aba eno de na ka aka bia mo na o ka na trasa onni nyina so a nti da kire se ya kwaye no ene yesuro na ase na ye ka ho asem no na chi se omo na ye omo se ye data ye ka no omo so no nya omo na ye but omo na omo ye ni enim omo but ene omo se ye omo si nchen ene ye ja e kire se omo na edi bone nti anya monwa se Ghana for pam omo no ti ba bi omo ti no mo tana hodin
anyway miamra aye wo your district ho na afi yenin komo before district yanko constituency
okay
na that constituency mfa say before mo obedi DC na MPP for na ayo mo seat mo ye de na mo jesa seat no
Yakasa Hafano Southeast
Hafano Southeast no. Na Hafano South. Ni ene mankraso nyina bum. Nti 2012 ene yebete Hafano Southeast. Ene yebenya constituency no. But na district in there na one. Until 2018. Ena yebenya district. But ni Hafano Southeast. Community capital ni Edujama. Nti ye chance ye ne ye enkawe for na boshe. Ena ufuru ha na waba ene barekese susu boshe. Nti utra mopa utra mopa na wasi southeast nti asampa na edwuno ho fa kwan so straight nti udu people so na hwa ye mankran so ba ukọ animu a na ukọ atakurum na ukọ very saying amakum na wadu Edujama no wafa right is here be number 1 put me for ekuba fufu no abesi barekese ufudu nso na mbasa ko straight adense ba na hen ya boadi na ko offense ana ko street kakra na ko biom so na beto yemi mikrum na nkusa be nkura ya de ho enti dey straight up to abeswa ana ye wo sabro num ana menua achikrum ye ahwerom na wafa esienchim bozukrum ne ade ho so to before sa akosi offense enti ka ha for Southeast ye ne bechim for so eboshi.
All right. Ti miemra election this way.
Okay. Elections no. You will have the best.
Because
when you say
I am Nishi.
Okay. Because when you say the fear there. 2028. I change. Okay. Today we say the chef region.
Anyway.
And of course elections. Any event, a process. And from day one no. Now your pioneer say for the first time bit my GCT no. Because 2012 no. Yantimi anye. 2016 yantimi anye. And 2020 you present honorable member of Parliamentary Honorable Yakub Muhammad and yet energy. The 2020 now quite Lucy and you say no. Every 4 years I seem say you change candidate. Until this time round, you sign a man. I know your first one. But the account make say a process. Until you may be breakum. But make say you couldn't hear you. Consensus, your branch executives, your coordinators, assembly members, and we are affiliated to NDC for opinion leaders, and your regional executives, your regional chairman, Michelle Bim, and Akosi, or name regional minister, or Mubajuma Papa. Now share Ira Bacham for one and I Ednato area, or Mubajuma, and a national. Kusi o man penis enti enyewa bebrewum by make sure say every event bia na stage bia no yemfa ni agro ewia na atanase bia ewia by 11 o'clock na ye meeting pa
anajo
yes enti we duma die we di ye no ehefa ne ko yi e den na ye the next day yenya ne den ye sakakra but me hu say na ahafo anu Southeast for e change. Because for the first time, we need parliamentary, we need presidential. Because now I'm say, you made dear, I cost you half one Southeast in no. Be 95% NDC in there. I'm telling you.
Every day, the more you buy your one.
But in Suya, who quite do Jamasi, this capital. In Suya, yes, I kind of say, thank you, Cassie. I will be at in a few baby. And this in there. We share that I market ya now. NDC ne. We share I am Kenya a work room ha. NDC na. Enti enyuma die papa bia na we yi blog ya you see ya me say utwa amazing. NDC. We share a district na. Anyam Kenya na ho this baby ya koduru ye no. Ya sa beto sa pepe. Because na me concern secretary no. 2016 na enkura aka no money light na 31 and the nasabro num na ye per extension baby for baby habitat and me na me ye listening nyina
wo na chocho
me na chocho ni nyina e me ye ni nyina antin se so na djumade na edi na me di makotre pa kuru we say yes akọ 8 years asaba enkuru nda so enti djumade no ye ankasa andisi aban no e na chichire ahafo ano enya no nko maka nsuo maka nkania wo hwe schools friends and communities no primary ni JHS no school our ho nyina majority no NDC na yede see we dey na make for the last 4 years this year or we do constitution ma e de ba bia almost say oni single project bia obetimi dey inside a kire so say omba omaye and onya me this year maba and I make am wasem
now with all this no mo to abamom so omunye projects nyina no people were still voting for the MPP
but I think say onkomodi no mo yede because sebe MPP no ye na nana mo omotie no omawuko enti ne wona nana sebe oda asamado enti wo a wabai se ukrum unya nsuo no ma na wo ka se na ya umitu mu a emwa tie na mo focus am mo enyantia se sorry entia se eso mo to aba na eden mai na omonya gidi ahede ato aba amai
for say nti MPP anye not even a single project because when say President Kofo dam or Potikrum
man ka say omo anye single na me use DC na ofuru ho a me maba
oh okay
so the last 4 years no omo say
wanye hu
which of me no na me say etisa
wanye hu
ba ye yanka omo na ka kire say
man fanya campaign
o say
man fanya campaign
ya fanya campaign say
so omo na kantina me
ana me so omo na ka so omo na aka na esi so
omo na ka na maso mu na
omo so omo say nti omo ahu say 4 years no omo bedi amanfo hwemo
okay
nti necessary omo system no omo de omo to abama John Dramani mama ana Honorable Yakubu Mohammed
okay
na ye ba yesu no ye no omo edini na omo expect say the next 4 years no omo hu rare change na omo de mai no mfaso for the southeast
afi miemra ho na yenhwe your position as the district chief executive wazumu office encheye sen na ohwe the district no problems ben na mo challenges ben na mo DNC weni so vision ben na wo mamentio underscore
okay me that say challenges no edoso na yentimi fada cross nya den ndi mehwe no sector by sector we share your rules na medical ka say de ye to ho no no aye kwasa beto we share ba bi ti say FIFA mai e kwasa no mu a kota na ndisi ene ye
afebe mo no
that was 2015
there's one penny Bahama the first coming no
and 2016 ye free pokukrum to minua achikrum ahirom yakopo obo wi asere minua achikrum na ohun kota da
okay nti mo na mo ye kota
ye ba kota se okokrum a
ona kota
so kwa yiri bia o se edem na efiri ahirom course abronom no e kwan na asi komitai because ye party judgment dey kwan dey nam so mire bia free ahirom kura course abronom na e ka timi kotimi jare ho oh yes na mo de moto abede fire because now hwa amna bia na de ho na nye the people popo through Eura Chris Body Mensa he was the candidate in 2016 and I'm a guy and comedy then of course until na yekuko rules ne Dr. Punimu kasa ya abani jutu ma ombede ombeye kwan ye de mai yen na ye idea say see ebu say ye na ya yesa kwan ija ya edeto ho no yaka bia sa da ho ntimi no kasa eye ekwan mienu na omaji for this year omasaji bia kan very for them MP nanam na minister an kasa frele eye rules minister friend direct say yempe kwanya den emra nti ye de e free esuade na ko amwa pokua se amwa kukurum esienchim banokrum kwan a da ho a enso ye da mom na miami kuru free adujama bimso number 2 fede ya kwa so ide account ye twen se almost 80%. I mean say very soon no but it me wie sa kwa ne de a and then next year town rules adujama pokukuru sabro sa abeso ayen kurukuru akase no eno na the next 4 years be see ni so enye no school ye bon to ano ye hu se nkroni ba bi wo ha nkroni bi wo ha wo chirichiri pa obeko ho na bia amafo ho ye koku ni ade nkran school kum no omu twa bia be 2-3 months na omu de aba Krokesi ma access to education. A basa a high. So we are making sure that this time around, the kindergarten bed, be rural, said a bay ya. I say when mature, I'll bet me about the next community. No, because I'm a assembly member. I'll be in my 2 electoral area. Crew are quite fair there. Nan crano, and we know some met me about school. And could be so 7 in crash.
The only chum you mean to say, I'm to Kurana
So, or more crash. And the crowd did 3 years in Obey, up
to me, Nantima,
2 school 2-3 years. Want to meet you about 3 months. I know about being so school. And Tibeba and Yina son wedding. To be Kaise, maybe you just no more, we just as one I'm no muku school. Not among free area to so our chamber 8 years. Oh, yes. Now, when you pa. And Timbe, I remember Anna who said no. As I say to Mrs. Sanya Makakra. So you pay school to Caucasian. Sorry, Fediano. And my home, oh, you are crying in our bed. And that I don't know
when you're not hogonoso because classes are being your teachers are called. Obey school building. Say, I know how did you do it and how are you going to do it this time around? Because
that time, as I remember, we need to see the Kasai. And my man call. Okay, Kuhun said, who be here, say, to Mutuma, a more factor to our plan. And you could see teachers echo. Take query, make yourself be a near castle. So teachers know. Oh, a bit mimicrobius number 2. Thomas Oriano, school, no my idea, and the school, I do not I could see a crime of I say, oh, I said, man, I got my milk school, I see room, but I know call a committee. Those areas in here, but not pay a share. This is one now. I came one fan and say, if you are being here renovation near the Adeno, near here, baby, so and crown, I couldn't even here, almost here, fresh a year. Yet the counting, if you say, programs will be any community be any peculiar. Program address
okay, right. That is the problems. Vision missing for the town, for the district. Then in the period that obey DC at the Ama half on the southeast.
The vision back up and say, we share a year district now. You need tertiary education ABO to be guys minimum pin South Swahili. I said. A bit 4 years now. Not at least nursing training and teacher training college. They say Nabako.
Nursing training
and teacher training college. Be Nabako a district, so that yes, young Crawford be access to be a tertiary, Now, I buy at least a year cry be young Crawford be near my day. Okay. Aye, Chenu Adia Bakwa and so ye befe. And I already medical can you rules in your time rules near the Adeno. And so I did not feel making sure say community be within 4 years now. Almost waiting me and Kenya. I feel so. I have found Southeast. A senior a catch for near rubber for baby. So you better quite a fast bomb with scholarships. Or more, sister Mutimi, a call a manonico Suadiano, and impen for Becassa. Nibiana Quenya. In 10 hours or more, a war. Make I say MP or buy Wabua man for baby. But tertiary scholarship now. But Nipa over 20. I'm no say what me a bomb.
Okay.
So you per se you build a district, such a way say human resources. You be that chibino. Na ye aquatrage, ye be a crash for my pa, almost be bois district no to Nanam in Akabumwa, no much district and you need to do a dozen. But as I echo, you never come. They actually say, we did, yeah, here, we did, yeah, a beboa. Now, it was quite quick.
Right. Yes, you know, and some. You want some to sing.
You want some to sing.
Say, I'm a member, no. You want some because I say, I'm about office.
And yeah,
I want some to sing.
You want some, I think, say, and yet I have one Southeast in Qua. Baby, I've seen some colleagues be facing the same challenge. Now, Ubuha, not much of a university. Then I joined and said, it's on a dear. Oh, yeah, I brought you my no butter. I said, what butter? To who are on the Casa. The Ben was started big crack. To win the Dinkoma or Timbetin was say, oh, when Nicola Coe, say, a beboame. And now, omo amusua adwuma 3 year ni adanti ye encourage omo me no ka say apprenticeship program na yede aba nti boy man for man say omo mfa omo nye den enwuram se be nye nyina na betima akọ school akoye lawyers ni ade ba so nche say ebi obi asua ade akoduru purpose obi a ma onye adwuma nye den enye nti no sebe impreduasa adwuma ni assembly ho a me di amanfo ba say o ba bere but ye din nkita ho bi say TBB o ba bia eso ye be bo mo ama ma ye den akọ but enu omu din ko omu nya abotre na ba na wo hye bebre ye den eba I think say ebe recruitment bebre be ye den ebe koso nti omu so ayi na omu din sa so ye say be trust at least be fix omu 1 no bia so nya ba bia den.
How do they take it? So ba because complaints in the area beba
Yeah.
Omura reshimu honorable Yepe Juma. How do they take so no mudin koma sen na ya omofano?
Omote ni amasepa. Omote ni because bitum ga say we university bia 6 years.
What if he?
Tino business we for now we den. Na bia ma kire ni ma we den. Nti bi kwa ni din komo a na wo hwe kakra na wonya na emante na. Na bia me de bibi atoto ho me pese me ba adwuma bi din. Otumu so oh saa no kra no. On catch nti so hye na adwuma no kina wa manani ko ho a ai be duru me kura no o de bro de adwuma no kura ma na wonye
pompe.
yes
I see.
Eni bidin ko me biti ase e bi so at least be e bi just a call no mo so anya opportunity bi I think say e bi so aba mo so anya opportunity but me mo try say mo expect bi ko de sade ne she utrima de mo bi ara ko woni nya den enso sabi adwuma bia mo kwa obi je be 10,000 obi je 5,000 obi kwa be je 1,000 be bia 1,000 ni timi manage di bibi na e bia do je 10,000 kwa 7 previous kwa na wasa pon wasa be je busia kra ene eh how wan kasa busia amanage wo yi aye wo niama ene me bia amamo aye successful
Ma musa say mo district no adwuma ben pa na ye fa say wo honum mo nyuma sam no te sense adwuma ben pa na wo
adwuma pa ho de wo say ho de farm e ho e rural district
okay
nti akwafo pa na doso akwafo na doso ne bia aba krache for do ma teacher for ne nurses ne sa local government staff ne ade no but ye nia ye ho no pa de maka say e akwafo
I mean, how will you leverage on agriculture now or the other? Because I know man penny cadre ko wasem. Also, they na be here the aboama agriculture to because and they we school say they okay. Obviously, about tie no she could not turn them. How will bet me leverage on agriculture? Say be ya man penny vision e kuta no for agriculture no bet me abaso.
Ebi na mo yi ne TV.
But you must say mo fan to so mama.
Obi dia dwumadi na odi aye so be kua. Bi dua bro, bi dua mon ko ni ade. So a brafle ga na na am I happy pa na me ka sa dana e de Maakye for no o mani chi papa we o hwa o mo ko dua e maize ni ade enti I think say government interventions no any e bom pa say o man panya ha se a eba no emra mo
Okay.
say de be ya man for be de but ma tu o mo for kua no for say kua nye ade bone kra me metie me ekuani me ma me no ekuani eno ana o da tete me a na nya medi ma ba beduru ha enti afi kwa na ba be ekuani mo yes
Change first to office into we
da be enti say oh yeah seven previous we ekuani ana nche say oh yeah because we ko for sekra mo je no we say me no mi nu kra e nya bio na me wona fofo mo do aburo ni emo a omo to mo pa enti me show mo say o hwe extension for no omo ho mo enti no omo nyisu omo na extension officers ni moa said the be modern way of farming technology no mbe use na mo apply na abo ama omo dwumadi na yede e akoso but apart from that no the advance be bia say or be bomb no and as this assembly no yes you are ready said be bomb
okay
so that almost bit me and no ba na said we say about tie na wanya bi no yede what auto for no
you bet me about tie kura kwa fu mun jan so say
sanity
me hwe ayi enuaba be me say enu se mudua mo pa ho emo na de bi na mutaye pa
emo na ko ba bi se sabro no ma o ye tomatoes
okay
na ko menu ya chikrom so a o so ye cabbage
okay
yes
Okay, Tisani Banina, we are carrying a man for say, no my. Ma Yamra electricity, so na Mimusa 1 or 2 questions be about there. Mukuning in our electricity. Engineering, but my Bobby, the NBA and plans been over for that.
Oh, Okoba bit said, Bosukruma Munibi, Amakukrum Munibi, Okoba bit said, Banokrum, Bosukrum, Krundo, a Sinchim, communities, a dozen. But a buy, me start here, and you made a coso. I think a few communities in a Jumedian and Chassis. But Ofa bit say, Domia, I don't Domia bra. Okoba bit say, Mofram and Tuka. Jumedian a coso den. For a bit is a dance, Banahini Abodi, Jumedian a coso. And a few communities in Akarazon. I catch him so Omunya with and this year, almost the Baba. Now, on my auntie, you say and could do December now. Now, majority of communities in India, they have been connected to the national grid.
All right.
Water. And yet, in Krun Kasana, Akasaka send you Obia
Wunsu.
Krubia.
Akasiano. I say, Edujamano,
but I think, say, in here expansion. And now, if you say, Krana, almost to be a unya bohu more. So I'm happy say we share common for the gallant now Mudiabana. At least minimum of 10 bohus. So you ever share in Kran now, Muchiro Mopana. Ned in Sunday. I come home and very soon. You made the enche. Never has it in soon. I'm home.
Right, my main messages in the Kakrana for Mensa na many honorable. Any encomono yentwaso ewo hanum say we say Michael ewo Ashford Michael UK, good morning Claude. This is just the beginning for MPP. There are more to come when they pick forms for flag bearers. The best thing is to put Dr. Baumia and Kennedy Japan aside and focus on a different candidate. A word of advice. Okay, Michael, dear, and Capito Gosumen, she has a pair the situation now under this JDM and NDC administration. It shows clearly they have nothing good for Ghanaians. MPP is still the best, so we will bounce back come 2028 together. We can simply. Simple regards to Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, former Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Honorable Mavis Hawa Kumsin, incoming MPP National Women's Organizer, hopeful. All right, yeah, that's it. Mystic Wonder Avoko Ewo and Samwem Adweji said the member of Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association should stop being heartless, intransigent, political, and go and save lives of the poor, innocent patients and continue with their negotiation. The MPP members should be ready to embrace accountability if they know their hands are clean and stop the noise. Hashtag Ghana will work again. And also, Edia and we say good morning. The MDC man should keep quiet. Share comment annoys us the most. He doesn't understand what an NDC. But they should stop the politics. The 2B figures is a lie. I know you're dear here. Well, Minyesho said he said anything about that. OPK, Patriotic Voice of God. So, I say, Mahama and NDC are insensitive to nurses and midwives by now implementing their conditions of service in which Nanado and NPP government finished negotiation with them before leaving office. So the strike should continue, and we told Ghanaians about the incompetent Mahama and NDC, but they didn't listen. Mahama and NDC termination of appointments had affected NDC Adenta constituency deputy women's organizer husband who was working at Maritime office. So Utu Dubonia it become no okay, and also or the Abre no. We say good morning, Kessben. Well done for your good works. I'm Kwabena Nkrumah. Tell the NDC man that if the masses don't demand what they are saying and think the government will lose, then government must reduce all the fuel allowances given to his ministers, CEOs, and because nurses and doctors' work is very essential and important, and those offered to them that fuel free. Thanks. Okay, me chedan tiasi beda. That's why he's brought up. Mama Samra, honorable DC Honafi, Yenhwe. Hospitals, I hold on say more na situation to say na hospital for nurses for cost strike.
Hospitals no your just 3 weeks ago now a commission back or Sabronum
Okay.
polyclinic to Masha Jumedias. And yeah, war back over Edujama. And yeah, other chief compounds and she had nurses no. Visa I ask them pa because I know no mudi o ma fashion back to na me kokaka so yeah appeal to almost say yeah be say almost say they should go but leaders in kasa na omonko but say never want me to kind of fit so because omudi man say no me dey pay for no mbede beka ti e be say say omunko back to omunko to omajuma so na e den a Ghana na ye no munyina adia nti penifo so no mbede be kasa na asomdua ye den aba
Ti mo so bonko chip compound for nyina matiada.
Let's do that. Let's do that. Read that. Let's say strong. Omunko because ojuma di ne ehunya pa. Essential service on provide Magana for. So omankwa emo mine no. Enti omuna friends say the who bia no aban no omunya de enka na asomdwe mra.
BC ashase. You hear on person ehwe ho no so ne ehwe say. Nkomo te saying
Ekoye. Nse nra na mo start nra no mo chro Chester is ne ICT. Ti nra make sure say me ne me team education director ne mpenufo.
Nti ho ne ho. BC no ne. Okay.
Ti nra ye call centers ni na. Ye ho ne 6 centers.
Okay.
Ye o mienu wo dujama.
Mienu wo dujama. Nti kro na wo ho no. Efri ho na ba.
Ene ba dujama.
Say na tie omo beda anaso mo ba twroko. How is it like?
Ebi beda. And now say if you dujama de na including na abembe. Because be number 2 no just a mile away. Number 1 the same. Now my bit is adanse no hona want to nkura ba. TV so hona education director na ekasa no. Nti omo ba ebi beda na bi sukoba. Nti hona 2 centers. Then now I call Esiade, and so another center. Now I call Sabronum, almost 1. Now I call Puku, so say 2 centers.
Okay.
Now 6.
Okay. To be beer coso.
Be a coso, no, I call it, and Nadia, men call, but and run a day. Not be beer, come out. To say beer than Aquama, and crowns almost.
Right. Over. O bibi bisana na
me pasa fa no bragalam se ho no se Ghana ye food basket no ba ko ne
place so yeah
okọ ho ahun se aduane de obenya bipa ba mo ansase no say so no say what about her situation it saying
galam se sem no me bai me ka se me hu se bi o ha na matwatro but ye pa mo ho ne de omu se nyama ye de ekoso
ese mo pa mo mo free ho anu masensi machi no musako
en na ma dwuma de ne ye den no because on say omo mu disa dwuma no I don't know information kitu bia neko we free but nyen sem nya so na ese bitima kana fidie so but as a DC no me so make sure say Ghana say no ye no ma fight o district o enti ye guso ye de bitimia ye be my lance no out by ye be sere on say me mini asase asase no ye obidio enti so ni pa woni ko share suma se na ko di suma sujwa na sabe o ko da asase no ko mana na wo enkale se jajuma de ne de enkoso enti ye be sere o mo asase no se ye o mo dia no ye be sere o mo so o nya na mfa asase no nya juma di fufuro because ye ko so se asase no sa enchirba be bre
Tell me busa osase ye hu se baby ho a galanti say school kra BC kra etwe kra ba obo jaikti ho digala mo na ma ye visible wo ba ye
but I think say me district dey enye baby a enam galam say am ankra
school
ba hu na ma hu se amena no mu tutu bi
I know your previous.
But obaye die.
Debi. Say ekwan wa na me nim bi aka we do bituma akire me a.
Today now yes to curtail it. And I say mobile ne keke no na manage.
And I say buy, un say you to me ma wana. So we are committed say you made no be din here. Now one kasa won fa won sanko wura mu a. Wetimi aye hu kura betimi apa mamanfo.
Okay.
But e bia wo kan wa no. Ba wo hye kire na o ye niam bia. Debi. Enti wo de upa wetimi ma obi afa kwan no so saa from asampa na etu aye friends abeso. So bo say e ganam say wo kwan. E bi ni ho. Enti bi so nsi.
Okay.
Because try a.
Then I be say.
O say
O try a.
Baba be fa o.
Na o ka said the ho adwuma ne ade drip machines aban de bae no mo akwan no ebi wa aye bebre na anye o bae no ho asem to say
Yeah, drip machines na ho. Na un say ya kwan no so sa rural communities no. Akwan say ye reshaping. But insu no e mai kwan. Because we wa just ko ye adwuma na ade be chine na asai kura wa boka osama kwan kura asai ayi so ka che man for so munya botre na ye manage kakra insu ko fuma ya ready ye ba ye but baby wona ye beyond ayi se bia mo muntimi ma ko create na makoko ye bi kakra mom.
Okay.
But I think say nka ye insu ni dia we talk about now be a yakwa na ye nyina nka bia ayi kama
right. My answer education hono na yenhwe schools na ewo hono ma yenhwe dien emphasize and especially the schools na hono aye e de aboamu in terms of development of people ewo hono ene ya ye twro BC ni se dodo na be school ene na se fe hono meka den emphasize mo nya de film schools na ewo hono BC ya mo twotwre in krono bay in the so me fancy any swade hu be na mo wo e de ma wo mo a wo mo twro no yeah
me da se pa ade enkra no a ye ko ransom before that kwa na etika ni biya da kasa a kire o mo se free senior high na wo nti uso opportunity a friends wanya but before I bit my call no this exam na wo twro no mo ani ko ho sua de na wetima ya de apase so that wetimi akọ na wetimi proceed to the university ne other tertiary institutions nti eno mo ya de akasa ama nkwari so who say at least ye local boys nti mo so mo hu e kura na e ka bi chire omo say so mo yire omo ho a mo betimi aduru ba bi daje nti I think say it's an opportunity yesu enya ene nkra ne de ekasa itu omofu nyama ebitumi esi omo kwa emom ntime mo dachi ne bese no ti se nubone nom ne sebe odu hu ko hihye sa masem ne masem basa no enu omo kasa se de bia be kama
ti ohwa we some of the examination centers and they omni nkola ne bi edin komo na edaso enbonisem ene waka enbonise de ma mense nwura ho na yenhwe bibi abesinsen wiemu de red na sefo ne nkro ne be ya ebe enum se agita Ghana na mu situation ni bi ho sa and how are you addressing them
mi han kasa red na kasa de mi hu ade de kwase de city o
ba ohun sa ote
say mi hu bida but I think say eden ya ubeko baby obenya amafo mo do mo ye den e share sa
person so what be sa say bi wo ho sa
red in the mintibi
unti bi wo ho nsa ene mo trio
mintibi red in the wase matibia na my but when say eden ya
but what it other drug usage wo ho
yeah and education e de mo na fi say obia so ye fa kwen sere mo obia ntete ne bayi because so wo akora ani kwase o jaja nsa so make sure so that akora ko school baby obeda di obedie ni nyina ya wo papa no asede anasa awofo no ma asede ti ye ni nyina na ya fese tete nkora no wo na mso kwa so a masa nyama ni nyina beba wie na yeso asa aban pedifo no yeso no ma yede be kasa na ya fese sa de would who the more and wow dachi.
Okay.
But me between say they are
Be no more.
be
And here can say Jesus for you true exams, all right. Yatete from certain quarters, be a money be a fair through, be a woo and crony ba. Situation of what to say, Mumono.
You call ransom no. So that's 6 sentences in me hono. Then kora 3. Na o ma fa fru. Baba could or the bachelor.
I could have 2 number.
Ba 2 ni di o mama. I think say nke yem penisa. Ba o hwe ma o mu true exams na. I think say me hu ni say we fa sa.
Evanessa.
Now it's like yeah, for say 0. But I think say still I say intensify education.
Yeah.
Say the be a be do next year no.
Yes, sir.
In Jaba, this are the pattern. And must say, if I could be
Okay.
but I recorded the pattern. 2 about well, sorry, 1 about back there.
But 2 are now.
The
T minim and now call around so no. What are some of the things you told them? Then now they encourage you or more. Say now catch up because and they be for free. Minim as some of beka. And they actually one more uko no. Then now catch on potty.
I think that coming very by now me catch you almost say no man dachi. Yeah, dear, enche na echo. So we say ye be 60 years in no. We do be naja. Kokra for ye dear junior to a man.
Hold on as an interview in Yamara. Okay, right. We're different to make me into
omona o man no omo be so man no enti se omutimi ekọ manim no munyanim dia enne be bo mama timi so man no yi so man timi anya sade na omadi ye ni omadi ehwammo adi omo so hu eden ehwammo enti esere omo se omo nyema boni ade bia se nu boni na ade be enmoa omo no omo ntwe omo nya den firu no omo attention nya nko ongomesia no so na no na do mbesi ye dachi.
All right. Right, yeah, na yeah, sorry. Minim the obeka actual mindful and the umutiu. The obeka actual one more and they would DCU also. And Ghana for you na o party ma and the opposition will be a there's an obeka.
Okay.
Yes, shall say from Woho.
Okay. Me one day, Mestre Omo, and another man for Sabi, Sassani or Modia. And now, Yabase Modisha, Monana, Mbabe Smom. Nipa mo ha for him say ye besere mo say mo me nyina en kan mu na enye bako na ehihye bibiri gwa mu a ya ready say the beso mo nti wo hwa me ne me MP nyina ye babunu nti no ahode na ye den e wo ho ye se pesi ye bibi na ye rigi edin na da achi bi no ye ni ho a o maka ye say oh Ibrahim Yamabe DC ono abu yakube ye MP no eno mu yesi said the bear in Chiba Baba, our country, yet akuma pa. And I said, I was me a month for Intino. The best almost say, Omina Mompa and Taichi. Na Obia make yourself or don't so be honest one. Obey who ye. Say, you are debu ha. Need this scene necessary of a catcher of Sabia, you see. In fact, say, so we go to ball a good at them. Don't expect this is over a country, I will say. I was said, they say. Be a man yenisa nti ebese onso nyema onso betima ye na omo dia boy no onso nya na omo moy na ye revenue susu no onso omo to omo ntua ebese ro
omo dantua
omo tua but eden a unya 100%.
Okay.
Nti ebese ro omo say obia so enyi kakra nya de mfa mmoa na ye mfa chiche district no na eyi a eyi de mai nyina nti mefa konya so na masa chairman original chairman na nakosi na am original minister na face madam mampeniase
okay
sabi enya me kwa na me wo pese ma ba som sa awo sa akunya kase
unya no fole o ko endorsement na say de ma oh
enya better sa
na nya better
because sabi prayer sa eyo o mampeni no onu kwa na wo sa to me no so be ka say ebia ejapia bra me do kwa kwetena and so he ni pa bebre e wo afọ na statisti na o mampeni di na ni to say oh ni pass machine na mpese okwa na se wa hye wani munyam ti meso me dia akoma pa asum my imagine say meso me madwuma yi na ma ahye o mampeni ni munyam na meso so na munyam bia de akame se de bia manfo hu so oh abranti o mampeni ni bai so say we go no wan mase to be do man peni ase pa fi say position kasi a me saka o mabrabo.
Okay. Right, enti yene Honorable Ibrahim Yamba Nelson Isaka DC Afano Southeast District and edi enkomo. Yankomo de no esi na yeyena ya sorry. Honorable yebedasi se unyabre na obaye nim se mrepam yebese di nkomo mo.
Mesumi da se se Kessben mo fidi ya fidi kese pa na musuzo Maakye me na ma frem I think say you better din sa also
that's sanity right Baba yes yes na birthdays bi ohana
okay final we na
ya fa no we na fe yen toaso
I be kwa kope body dey ho ayedin o de okwa city bia body ni abede benya kakraba
okay
minim ho kakra o
ne say de okaka say obo ho nkomo no
num ni awo da area ho na o ikakra o so
anyway
ti ekwan de say da we kan so ntia rabo he na mu shepu akwan so Koko isu ye ba betumi. So nti koko for no.
Anyway. Right, happy birthday Enkoma Adwa Franca. Oye teacher won Suta St. Mary's Catholic Basic School, Dankwa, and also a member of Kessben Sports Annex. Also may heaven smile on your new age and grant you enormous favor with everything your heart desires. No. Happy birthday Enkoma, our lovely daughter Kalicia Usia, a champion of Christ Love Educational Complex at Onsubokro. We consider ourselves incredibly fortunate to have a compassionate, thoughtful, and kind daughter like you. May God bless you, great Kali. From your mom, Sandra Osumens, and your dad, Albert Kojo, a champion, and wish you happy birthday. Happy birthday, Nkoma and Cancer Osu Henry. Wishing you long life with good health from military officer Kusi. And a happy birthday, Nkoma, my lovely daughter, Zina Jemfua Fufi of Cedar Crest International School, Asinfosu. May this day be so special just as you are, age gracefully. From your mom, Madame Theresa Amwa of John School GHS Asinfosu. And a happy birthday, Nkoma Edu Beauty, a member of the Action Aid Foundation. Wish you a day filled with God's abundant grace. May His love and blessings overflow in your life. We love you so much from all the group members. Yami Enshao. Happy birthday, Nkoma, my beautiful wife, Vera, a free of Kumasi South Hospital. I cherish every moment with you. I love you dearly. From your lovely husband, Mr. Pokwa Jemang, and the kids. And happy birthday, Nkoma. Happy birthday, Nkoma, Elder Jones Bafoiwa Banahene of Covenant Prayer Fellowship. May the anointing of God overflow in you and your life. Your life be higher always. From Jessica of Jinyasin. Happy birthday, Nkoma. Andrel Abena Ejiwa Mafo. So may God bless you now and age gracefully and grant you more favor. And also, Nafi. I say happy birthday to the love of my life, Emilia Sari, inside UK, London. You deserve all the love and the celebration. Happy birthday, mommy, and thank you for your endless love. Nana Kwame Sunday, say Yan Kancho, say happy birthday. Yeah, you better see. I'ma say Joe Laka and sports crew no alabe twaso na